Hello guys, and welcome to another Arduino for Me tutorial. Today I'll be going over a past tutorial, and I'll be just changing the input of the LED. We're going to be going over the button sketch in the Arduino IDE in the examples. There's a button sketch, so you guys can look for that. That'll be the code for this session, since that's already in the IDE, so you don't have to download any code for this. So make sure you can find that. If you can't, let me know and I'll give you the code. So just go to the examples and it should be in that list. Okay, so what you're going to need for this video is this cable. Plugs into your Arduino board and your computer. Okay, you're going to want your Arduino board. I'm using Uno. You don't have to use Uno, but I find it's the easiest. And then you're going to want your breadboard and the SunFounder breadboarding kit, which there'll be a link to buy that in the description. It's a very good kit. I encourage you get it. It's only $22, and it's got everything I'll be using in most of my tutorials, except for maybe an LCD screen, which are for more advanced Arduinoers. So I definitely go for that kit, guys. I bought the kit, and that's what I'm using here. It works perfectly. So yeah, go ahead and get that. I'm also using a 9-volt battery, just because it uses less space and I like it. So let's plug it in, and I'll show you what this does. So basically, there are two LEDs. There's the hold on, let me adjust the camera so you guys can see this better. There we go. Now there are two LEDs. There's one over here on the board, and then there's this green one on the breadboard. Now there's a switch. Whoops. There's this switch here, and I've connected that into the breadboard, and you're just gonna flip the switch. Turns off both of those LEDs. See, just like that. Turns it off, turns it on, just like that. Alright, so let's go over this circuit. Basically, it's the same as what we've done before. This is a pretty basic circuit, but what I wanted to really show you guys was the switch, how this switch is wired up. It took me a while to figure that out, and a couple times I actually thought that I ruined my Arduino board because I couldn't get the board to turn on, so I figured I accidentally short-circuited the board. So let me just show you basically how this switch works. Now, as you can see, there are 3 pins there, okay, and I'm just gonna lay that down and show you guys here on the table. Now basically, these 2 pins that are in line with each other, this one is power in, this one is ground. At least, no, hold on. If you're looking at it from this angle, where this one that's out, this 3rd pin, is facing your right, then that is power out. So that's going to go into your Arduino board. So that I've got that one going into pin. Oh, what pin do I have that? That's going into pin 2. In the button sketch, you'll see that there's the input, and that's pin 2. Then there's the 5 volts, because it has to have power, going into this. Whoops, this one here. And that one is connected onto the 5 volts rail, and then it's going, well, basically 5 volts. Alright. Then the other one, on this other side, is ground. So you want to ground that one there. So that's basically what I've done with this switch. My switch was really wobbly on the breadboard. It kept coming off, and whenever I tried to flip the switch, it would just come right off the board. So I had to think of something, and I ended up soldering some wires. Whoops. Move our position here. New webcam, I'm trying to get used to it. I ended up soldering some wires onto the end of it here, which helped a lot because I've got it pretty far. I think I've got it like 4 or 5 inches off the board now, and that's very helpful. So yeah, you can solder those on if you know how to solder. If you don't, that's okay. You can just stick them on your board, stick it on your board, and try to hold it on there. You know, it's kind of tough, but it's not impossible. Okay, so let's just go over the circuit. It's a very basic circuit. I'm using a 330 resistor, at least, yeah, 330, 330K, and I found that lights up the LED the best. See, the brightness of your LED matters what type of resistor you have, and a 10K was just so dim I could barely see a light coming out of it. The 330 I found works best for me, so that'll be in your Sunfounder kit. You'll have 1K, 10K, and 330. So we're using 330 here. Then, so that's getting grounded. That's on the negative lead, going to this 330 resistor. Other end is going to the negatively marked rail, and that rail is grounded. I've grounded it by putting the ground wire onto the ground pin on your Arduino board. If you're not familiar with breadboarding, I'd suggest you watch one of my previous videos that I did on all about breadboarding. That'll show you everything you need to know about breadboarding, and you should be up and running with the breadboard pretty quickly. So I'd stop watching this now and watch that if you're not familiar. So just so that you can get better at it. Alright, so then we've got the power in from the switch. This is power in. On this, we've got it going on to this blue let's see, blue jumper here. Blue jumper is going on the positive rail, which is 5 volts. Okay. Then we've got our orange jumper, which is going on the other, let's see here. It's going on the other side, let's see, that would be, which one is this? That must be ground. Yeah, that's going on the ground because the negatively marked rail is ground, so this one here is getting grounded. And then our other one coming down is the power out, coming out of the switch, going on to this white one, which is then going over into pin 2 on your Arduino board. Alright. We've also got our positive end, positive lead of our LED. It's going over onto pin 13. You don't have to have that there. I just like to keep that there because you get an LED on the breadboard. There is already an LED on your Arduino board. Pretty sure it's this L. And that's already on pin 13, so you don't even need to have an LED there. It's nice to have. I like it, but if you don't have this kit yet and you just got that, you're going to need the kit anyways, but, you know, if you're trying to cut corners, you can do that. So, alright. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And, yeah. I'm also thinking of doing a big project later on. Thinking of maybe doing like a temperature sensor thermistor. I have a tutorial on that if you want to look at it. So I'll be using the thermistor with an LCD screen. I'm going to try to get the temperature of the air printed to the LCD screen. And then maybe, you know, if it's too high or too low, we'll get a blue light turn on or a red light or something like that. We'll use the red, green, blue LED, so you can look at that tutorial as well. And if you have any questions, guys, don't forget to let me know. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube page. Alright, see you guys later.